Hello, my friends. Thanks for tuning in. My name is James Craig Wilson, and I like to use this forum to just chat about things that come to mind. Something that just popped up, something I have thought a lot about, discussed a lot about, is a thing called the bucket list. Interesting movie, by the way. I believe that had Jack Nicholson in it. If you haven't seen that, you might want to. Spoiler alert. No spoiler alert. I was thinking about things on my bucket list and I asked a bunch of people and Googled, of course, thinking about, bucket list things. My mother had one on her bucket list. I was instrumental in helping her get done was to do an album that contains at least a half dozen songs that she had written and about another half dozen songs that she had the rights to perform. And we were able to get, a, my estimation, a fantastic album called Legacy. My mother is Joy Akers, by the way. The album is available on iTunes and places like that. Anyway, so going down the bucket list, I'm going to make this a little bit specific to me and some of my friends. And okay, there are several different categories others have well defined these. I'll kind of start with a little bit of an ABC here. Adventure bucket lists. I myself have had quite a few adventures. I'm not going to go through 1,000 of these, but I am going to go through a bunch. I have never dived down or a waterfall. I have, however, probably it was not legal, but I did go in and underneath a waterfall in Kentucky. And it was an interesting experience. Cumberland Falls. I did go there before they even had signs up that said you couldn't. It was a long time ago. But there I found something that there was so much plastic underneath this cave under the waterfall. I learned a lot. Here's a question. Would you like to airboat across an alligator infested swamp? No. Catch a wave surfing. I have tried that, but I have never been at a place that had enough wave for me to actually do that. Zip line. I haven't, but kind of, sort of. But my girlfriend has done that. She really enjoys that. Explore a cave. I have gone caving many times. I do like that. Tattoo. I do not have any tattoos. Uh, Hang glide. No, I haven't done that. Kissed a shark. No. Jump off a cliff. Not yet. And really, the way my life's going, I probably would not do that now. Let's see. Police ride along. That's a loaded question. Uh, let's just say kind of, sort of. Sell a boat was one of the most fantastic things I ever did. I have never experienced a similar feeling as selling a boat with Dave Mastermind Masters. He had a 24-foot sailboat, and we actually got to sail. I was in a band with him, and it was fantastic on a beautiful, beautiful lake in Indiana. Yes. Skydive. Why would anybody jump out of a perfectly good plane? Snowboard. I wouldn't call it snowboarding, but when I was a kid, we got a hood of a truck, a junk truck, and like 6 of us jumped on this thing, and we didn't realize how fast it could possibly go, and we almost ended up in a pond. Uh, Swim with the dolphins. I have not. I've swam with sharks when I was in the Mediterranean in Greece. I didn't realize I was swimming with at least 2 sharks. I was snorkeling, and yes, I did walk on a suspension bridge. I have done that. Walk on hot coals. No, but I think I might try that. Wrap a snake around my neck. Yeah, but it was a little a snake wrapped itself around my hand when I was trying to remove a snake from my girlfriend's I'll call it her garage. Let's jump into nature and wildlife. This isn't actually alphabetical. Have I ever been to a rodeo? Oh yeah. Yeah, and I've been to a bullfight in Mexico. Have I ever bathed an elephant? No. Chased a tornado? Uh, Kinda. When I was in Pompeii, it wasn't really a tornado. It was a water spout over the Bay of Naples. And I even have that on. I have that on. I have pictures of that. Climb a volcano also in Pompeii. Yes, I have been to the mouth of Vesuvius, and it's still at the time back in 2005 or so. Yeah, it's still steaming, and it could blow any moment. Climb to the top of a tree. Well, I almost got there, but the limb broke, and believe it or not, my father caught me. Hmm. Uh, Compete in a frog jumping contest? No, I've never done that. Drive through a dust storm. Uh, Yeah, kind of, sort of, but I think more interestingly, I was sitting on top of the Pyramid of the Sun in somewhere just south of Mexico City, and there was we would call it a dust devil, was heading straight towards the pyramid. I was sitting up there all by myself on top of a pyramid. Really, I make half this stuff up, right? And that dust devil was coming right at me at the pyramid. And then it made a turn and went right around us. True. I've never fed a crocodile or a koala bear or fed an ostrich. Herd cattle? Well, I have kind of sort of moved cattle. I've heard of cattle. Is that okay? Hike every trail at a state park? No, but I have definitely hiked a few trails, one of which was a real bust because I was looking for Angel Falls once again down in Cumberland, and it was at the like July or something, and the fall was drip, drip. That ain't no fall. Have I ever held a tarantula spider? Uh, yeah. A monkey? Yeah, but it was like a real small monkey. Believe it or not, my grandma had a monkey when I was a kid. Horseback ride on the beach. Uh, no, but when I was 18 years old, I found myself at Lake Tahoe, sitting on a rock out in Lake Tahoe, just off the beach, and happened to look around, and there was a very hairy, naked guy. He was not riding the horse, but he was leading the horse. He was naked. And here I am, 18 from Cowtown, USA, and realized, oh my goodness, I'm on the California-Nevada border, and I am at a nude beach. And people would take their horse. And I just didn't even think about it. But everybody was naked but me. I had my swimmies on. Made a snowman? Oh, yeah. Milk a cow? Yeah. Name a star? I did not name a star, but for one of my birthdays many years ago, I have a star named after me. As relax in a natural hot spring. Yes. Release baby turtles into the ocean? Not yet. Ride a horse bareback? Oh yeah. Well, it actually was my pony, and that did not work out as well as it could have. The horse had a little bit too much free rein. And riding a horse and carriage, yes. Roll in a huge pile of leaves. I have dove into, yes, I like that. Shear a sheep? No. No, but I watched friends, they had alpacas, so it's kind of like that. Sleep in an igloo. I asked my girlfriend if she had ever done that. And the reason is because she's so hot, I didn't think she could sleep there because she would melt it. Stand under a waterfall. Again, yes, I have. Swam in the ocean. I have swam in several. I have swam in several seas. Swim in an aquarium? I don't think so. School of fish? Yes. Manatees? Yes. I tubed down Port of Paradise. We went down. I can't remember, but yes, definitely have been around manatees and sea turtles. Watch a caterpillar turn into a butterfly. I did not see the complete, you know what I'm talking about. I have not seen that completely. So I watched it on YouTube. Does that count? Sunrise and sunset. Did I ever watch the sunrise and the sunset in one day? Yes. I would say probably on that. Solar eclipse, lunar eclipse. I have seen both, but I would have to suggest probably not both in their entirety. And I did not stare into the eyes of the sun. Okay, getting into like connections and personal relationships. And again, I don't think I'm going to go down 1,000 of my bucket list or other people's. I'm comparing notes here. Have I ever answered a personal ad? Does going on Facebook and hooking up with somebody count? Yeah, sure. High school reunion. I have never attended my high school reunion. However, I have attended my mother's high school reunions and found that exhilarating. Have I ever been a bridesmaid? That's a good question. I have done so many weddings as an entertainer. I feel like, like I should say this, always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Have I ever been a maid of honor? No. Or considered a cougar? No. Have I ever celebrated a same-sex wedding? Actually, I have no problem with that, but no, I never done that. Covered the bed in rose petals. I did not cover the bed in rose petals, but definitely rose petals and the bed. Yes, something like that. Find my best friend from high school. Again, I kind of left, when I left in my teenage years, I walked away from high school the day, probably within a week of high school, I was gone. I jumped on a tour bus with a band and I didn't come back for a long time. I moved to Florida. I went to the Middle East and Greece and traveled quite a bit and eventually landed back there. But for whatever reason, I did not really bump into too many of my my classmates. Find your first love. That one's a bit of a complex one, but I'm going to say yes. I didn't know how much I loved her. And back in '89, I met this girl. I wrote a song about this, so I'll leave that for later, but she is my first love, really. I just didn't know that at the time. And now we are. Forgive someone. I've really made that a big part of this part of my journey, this part of my life. Yes, I have forgiven as I have been forgiven. Did I ever get engaged? I think twice. Yeah, twice. Well, I got engaged once and I got engaged another time. I was told we were engaged and that didn't work out too well. But then I got engaged and then I did get married to this one girl, stayed with her for almost a quarter of a century. Blind date. Yes. And it worked out swimmingly well. It was okay. It was okay. She was awesome to hang out with. And I can say this, I wish we hadn't have gotten that close because I wish she was still my friend. She and I got a little bit too close. And as you may know, I was so in love with somebody else that at that moment I was not in any condition or any state to be with the girl that I loved. And I was in a mess, just to be honest. So I did go on a date with somebody I'd never met, and we did a lot of really cool things. And she is an amazing individual, and I wish she was still my friend. And I think that my truly beloved would be semi sort of okay with that. Kind of, sort of, maybe not. So, but it's not a problem. Uh, that will never double date. Did I ever double date? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely do that. I like double dates. I highly recommend that. I double date with my mom. Of all things. Have I ever had a meaningful conversation with a stranger? I think that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Definitely. I appreciate meeting people. I've been around the world, and some of the most interesting conversations I've ever had was with people I had never met and probably will never see again. Host a family reunion. I've been a party to that. I have definitely done so. Kiss a stranger. Oh, I was kissed by a stranger when I was a young fella. The story there. I was a just a freshman, or what a freshman, junior, sophomore, senior. Okay, so I would have been, I don't know. We had what it was, it 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. So I was a 10th grader, and as lunch let out, we were all standing in this main, communal area, and one of the seniors, this was the most beautiful girl. She was, and again, I come from Cowtown, USA, and I had never seen, this girl was absolutely stunning. And she was standing with like 3 or 4 stunning, just senior girls, her girlfriends. And I don't know what came over me. I was young and I was very shy at that moment in my life. But I looked at her and I could not help. I was talking to a couple of my guy friends and I said, hang on. And I walked up to this girl and I said to her just what was in my heart of hearts. You are the most beautiful girl I have ever seen. And I'm sure my face was flushed and I was just a pipsqueak of a little guy. And then I walked back to my friends and they're like, what did you do? What did you say to her? And I said, I just told her she was beautiful. And she came over. She walked right over to me and she said, you are so sweet. And she kissed me on the cheek. And my life has never been the same. CJ Blair, we never got together, but you made a difference in my life. Anyway, I know that I made that a long story. Kiss on top of a Ferris wheel. No, but there was a thing, Le Swordsville, Americana. There was a thing going across the lake, and I took a date there. It's kind of like a Ferris wheel, but we were going across. It was just like a ski lift, only we didn't go up. Make a new friend. I hope I make a new friend almost every day. I have a lot of friends, real true friends, and I really meet that. Meet a blog reader in person. Yes, I definitely have a good friend who does an incredible blog, Bible stuff. He and I are very, very good Bible study. Meet a world leader. Okay, this may seem odd, but I did. I didn't meet a lot of world leaders, but I have actually met a world leader when I performed in Bahrain. The place I was playing was host to OPEC. It was oil producing enterprise kind of a thing. And my band, the band I was with, performed, and the Emir, I would assume you would call that a world leader. Yep. So, did I meet the president? A president? No. Met someone famous? If I told you that I held hands with Mariah Carey while she sang, or John Michael Montgomery, or that my band actually got to perform in front of, yeah, I have. I have met a few. And what I find most interesting is there's some that I still want to meet. I've never met Billy Joel in person. That would be fun, I think. Uh, Family portraits, yeah, we've done a few of those. Plan a date night with my spouse. I don't currently have one, but back in the past, yeah. Matchmaker, have I ever played matchmaker? I know. No, 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 no. Matter of fact, I think you may quote me on this. As many times as I've been in love and around love, I'm pretty sure I'm no matchmaker, and I know nothing. I believe that I know nothing. Have I ever received a fan letter or been asked to give an autograph? Yeah, sure. Reconnect with an old friend? Yes. Share a cab with a stranger. Does a limo or an Uber? Yes, I've done that. Sing a karaoke duet? Yes, I've done that. I'm not the best at, I like to sing, and I've made a living parts of my life as a singer, but I'm not all that great at karaoke. I'm working on that. Spend time with a person from another generation. Yes. I was in a band where we were all separated, three of us by a generation, and it was one of the best bands I ever performed with. Stay up all night talking. If you know me, you know the answer to that. Tell my father that I love him. Yeah, I still do that, even though he's not on this side. Uh, I do, and I know that he loved me very, very much. Visit my childhood home. Um, that's kind of complicated because we've lived in a couple different places, but kind of, sort of, yeah. Um, Write a thank you letter to a company that treated me well. I do that because people like to complain, and having been in customer support a lot of times in my life, I know that people like to complain about things, and very seldom do they. Yes, I make a note, I make a point to do that. If somebody treats me well, I try to do small acts of kindness, and I think one of the most important things you can do is just say that. Okay, I will probably. I'm just going to do this. Creative bucket list ideas. I'll make this my last one, but here are some of the questions that are some of the things that people mentioned. Act in a play. I have. I have even written short plays. So, have I ever been published? Yes. Blow glass. That is definitely on my bucket list. Uh, Paint by numbers. When I was a kid, I did that. Yeah. I still kind of do that, only with music. So paint by numbers. I'm very, very interested in the mathematics and the science of things like Fibonacci series and things like that. So it's kind of like paint by numbers, music, and all of that. If you're familiar with all that, and Pythagorean theorem, and then how that relates to music and art and all that. So yeah. Paint by numbers, yes, definitely. Create a bumper sticker. No, but I have a few favorites. Family tree, my mom is really good at that, so I'm kind of, yes, I've worked with her on that. A flower arrangement, I have done that. And yeah, I've done that, but I'd like to be better at it. But we have peeps to do that. So if I really wanted a flower arrangement, I'd go to somebody else. Create a piece of art and sell it. I'm on that right now. So yeah, kind of, sort of, but I've had a lot of help. So it wasn't just me. Yes, but definitely I've been involved in that. My own personal stationery, no. decorate a blank t-shirt. I've got Alana, she does that. Decoupage, my mom does that. Design a website and build it, yes, many times. Enter art in it. I'm not really the type that enters art in an exhibit right now. My handwriting, get my handwriting analyzed. Do people even do handwriting anymore? I don't know. Have your nude body artistically painted. It would take quite the artist to paint that, I'm sure. Knit a scarf. No, but I do understand how to do it. I just think, why would I? Make a candle. Yeah, I've definitely done that out of beeswax. Um, make a coloring book. No, but again, I have people that do that. Um, a handmade gift. Yeah, I've done that. Greeting card. Yes, done that. Tie-dye shirt. Something I definitely want to do. Origami. I would like to try that. Mosaic, or like, to me, like stained glass. I would like to do a stained glass thing. Not because I think I'd be that great at it, but I think that would be really, really fun. Take pictures in a photo booth. I definitely like that. Work on a pottery wheel. I've not done that, but I would like to. And write a letter in calligraphy. I have done that several times. And I think I'll make this my last one here, but write a song. I have composed dozens, and that's what I'm going to try to spend some of my time today doing, is putting down an album project. And hopefully, God willing, by grace, I will get this done, and you'll be able to hear some of that. My name is James Craig Wilson, and I really enjoy doing this sort of stuff on get a day off and with pay today. How cool is that? And I get to chat. I hope that some of these things inspire you. I'm trying very, very much to start doing things like this that are inspiring, that make me feel alive, remind me of what I've done and what I want to do. That's why I jumped onto the bucket list. It's things that I have done that I can cross off, or that I want to do again, and things that I look at maybe I hadn't even thought of, and inspire me to wake up and do that, or get together with people that inspire you to do that. Again, James Craig Wilson, and thank you very much for letting me be a part of your day.